Hi, writers. Today, we're not going to be learning anything new about fiction writing. We're just going to put together everything we've already learned about describing strong settings and creating characters that come to life with their actions, words, and character traits. Let's review what we've learned so far. So, we know that all fiction stories have four elements. They have characters, which are the people or animals that the story is mostly about. And then there's a setting, which is where the story takes place or where the characters live or where everything happens. Then the characters always have a problem or something that goes wrong, and then they take some steps to solve their problem so the story has a solution. So far, we've been focusing on how to really describe the setting of a story and bring characters to life. We've been very busy focusing on creating characters in our stories. We want to make sure that our characters come to life by telling not only about what they look like on the outside, like their hair color, their eye color, what they wear, and the color of their skin, but most importantly, who are they on the inside? What are their character traits? And to really explain what a character is like on the inside, we have to make the character talk by using words, right? What does the character say throughout the story? We have to make the character move and do actions, right? What does the character do throughout the story, right? What are the actions and steps that the character takes in the story to make him come alive, right? And also, what are the character's feelings? How does the character feel throughout the story? Maybe in the beginning he's happy, but by the end of the story he's sad. Or maybe he starts out really, really angry, but by the end of the story he's excited and joyful, right? So when we're bringing characters to life, we have to make our characters talk, right? We have to make them speak words like, I won't, Sam yelled to his mom. We also have to make our characters move by having them do actions and describing the actions that they're doing step by step, bit by bit. Like, Sam jumped over the fence and ran to the field. We also have to share with our readers what our characters are feeling and why they're feeling that way, right? Maybe they're happy or angry or sad or peaceful. So, for example, Sam was so bored waiting for his friends to arrive. We also have to show our characters traits by having them say and do things that show what kind of person they are on the inside. For example, Sam was strong and athletic. When we're talking about character traits, your characters can have more than one trait, and they can have both positive and negative traits. I always like to keep this chart out in front of me when I'm writing a story so that I have a lot of different character traits to pick from. I can really create a character based on some character traits that I pick. So I might pick out some character traits that I want to put together first, and then come up with a name for my character, and then come up with what my character looks like. So it's really nice sometimes to start with character traits because that really helps you figure out who your character is. Then we've also been writing strong settings in our stories, right? The setting is the time and the place where the story happens, right? Where does your story happen? What is it like there? What does it look like there? What things are there? What colors and shapes and sizes are things? What sounds are there, right? When does the story happen? Is it in the morning? Is it in the evening? Is it in the summer? Is it in the spring? Lots of details that you have to add in your story about the setting so that your reader can really picture the setting in their mind. Writers create a detailed setting to help all their readers picture the same exact thing. So you have to use sensory details and words to describe your setting for the reader. You have to tell about what the characters would hear in that setting, what they might smell in that setting, what they might taste in that setting, what they might see in that setting, and what they might touch and feel with their hands in their setting, or what they might feel in their hearts within that setting. You have to use words in your story to describe all of that so that me, my mom, my dad, and Gandu, we all picture the same thing when we read your stories. So your independent work today is a little bit fun. Today, you're going to use everything you've learned about describing strong setting and creating characters to write your fifth fiction story. But instead of creating your own characters, you're going to use the Scholastic Story Spinner to come up with an idea for you. Okay? Then you'll write your story in your student portfolio. So here is what the Scholastic Story Spinner looks like. I'm going to show you how to use it. So the link to take you to that Scholastic Story Spinner website is posted in Class Story. After you watch this video, click on that link so that you can go ahead and do what I'm about to do and choose an idea for my fifth fiction story. Here I go. So when you click on that link, you're going to find this website. It's going to look like this. And what you're going to do is choose the genre of the story you want to write. So if you want to write an adventure story, choose adventure. If you want to write a fantasy story with mythical creatures, choose fantasy. If you want to write a science fiction story that has robots and planets and outer space stuff, choose sci-fi. And if you want Scholastic to choose a topic for you, then choose Scrambler. Scrambler means that you might get adventure, you might get fantasy, you might get sci-fi. I'm going to choose an adventure story. So I'm going to click adventure. And then it asks you to type your first name. So I'm going to type my first name, and then you have to pick your grade. We are in second grade, as we know. So I'm going to choose second. Then it brings you to this. Okay? It's a machine that's a spinner that chooses ideas for your story. So you can either spin each wheel separately by itself like this. I spin the first wheel and it gives me an idea here. Describe what is special about, and then I can spin here. Gives you a character or a type of character. Describe what is special about a brave bat. So describe what is special about a brave bat who plays in a band. So then if you look up top here, it tells you what you're supposed to do. Describe what is special about a brave bat who plays in a band, okay? If you don't want to do each thing separately one at a time, you would click spin and it spins all four of those things for you at the same exact time. So now it wants me to write a thank you note to a giant panda who becomes principal for a day. Now, if the first spot tells you to write a thank you note or a newspaper article, ignore the first spot, okay? I want you to focus on the second, third, and fourth spot. So you're basically gonna write a story about a giant panda who becomes principal for a day. That's your story idea. Now it's time for you to go and plan and write it. Okay, so after you're done this, you can copy this down on a piece of paper so that you know your idea, and then you'll log on to your student portfolio and write your story. Okay, so have fun, be creative with the story spinner. Happy writing. See you soon. Bye.